uh, the surveillance
Talk about chemical attacks.
coming in. Yeah, I can't hear you at all. I don't know why.
Hopefully I can. Oh yeah,
But
that's a
yeah, I just
problem.
got this computer. I don't really. I've never used this interaction stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing anything. This
but
this is
that's
a new
okay. You can
computer. It
talk
wasn't
about it.
talking
Yeah,
before. I mean, it was working.
yeah. That's just the important thing. Everybody, this is Don
Yeah, I
Lavelle,
can't
and
hear
he's a
anything.
very experienced target
Let's
individual
see.
from the California, and he's going to today talk about the chemical attacks. I have learned quite a lot from him.
I'm sorry. This is. Yeah, it's one way. It's not working. Okay. Well, let me go. Let me take this thing over to the.
This is
I'll show
Don
you what
Lavelle.
this
He
whole
lives in
thing looks like.
California.
I'm going into another room here. This is pretty much of a mess here.
Yeah, he has a lot of experience, quite a lot of experience, about the
All right.
chemical
Can
attacks that's actually
can you
happening to
see
many
these
people.
two houses here? Anyway, what's going on? This is where these are high level. I guess they get CIA chemicals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had more cameras up. That's
I
looking
hear you.
opposite. That's those guys are getting the brunt of the chemicals here. See how that tree is blackened in here? This tree is pretty blackened. I'm not seeing what you're seeing, so but this is a couple acres in Southern California. Now, on this is the cam going, it's a mess because I have the whole house all covered in plastic. And because it's coming in from three different directions. It's coming,
Yeah, here
it
as
comes
well.
over here, and then this used to be an airport a long time ago. And the chemical he had a bulldozer for a tiny little yard, and he was planting all these emitters, I guess, and and it comes up. Let me do a playback. I'll show you what's happening. I don't know if you're seeing. I'll try to keep it still. Now I'll go back. Now watch it. I'll go back somewhere. Oh, I put the wrong cam on. Let's see what cam that was. I forgot
So
what
he's
cam.
actually recording,
Sorry about that.
the
Okay,
chemical attacks that's
cam
happening. Yeah.
two. All right. Okay. Wrong cam. I don't know why I put that on there. Okay, this cam is all jammed up. This is the
Hack
wrong cam.
possibly. He has actually had
This cam
these
two
surveillance
here.
cams. That's been recording. The chemical particles that's
But
actually coming.
anyway,
From those directions that they're launching the attacks
that's
from.
weird. Must have
Specifically, the
switched
way I
something.
explain sometimes in my tweets. The way they just do their movements with the wind. For example, they release the chemicals, and then the chemicals come through the wind,
Okay,
and
there it
then it
is.
enters the target's area.
Okay, they're shooting. See, see this?
Yeah.
That's poisons coming in directly into my camera. It's coming directly into the camera.
Oh my
This
God. The
goes on
same thing I
24/7.
saw
But the
once, and I
wind, they
posted.
shut it off during the day, but at night the wind comes this direction.
Yeah.
And this is it. There's three emitters down here,
Wow.
and then it comes in another. This, see, they're putting it in. Sometimes it comes in little pieces, but they're really jamming it in with big chunks.
Yeah, exactly.
They're putting in big chunks. But on July 1st, yesterday they were shooting guns, with
Wow.
splattering stuff on the side. See, I had to
Wow.
coat the house. See this plastic.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're doing to my roof as well.
But it'll get on me. The stuff will get on me. But they were shooting plastic here. See all this white stuff?
Yeah, I can see that.
See this white? But I have an air quality monitor up here, but it's not connected. See, I got this air quality monitor here, but it's
Wow.
not connected. But
I think
there's my
everybody should
pup.
really do that in their
But it's a
homes.
mess because I can't clean up it. They shoot chemicals. I got so I have a little. I got hit on the back of the. Yeah, it's a mess in here. I really
Yeah, I can
had to do
see
some
that.
work yesterday, but and
Wow,
then I'll go to the other cameras.
that's sad.
Just a sec. Hold, just be patient a second. Let me find
Okay.
out what these other. This camera here is 7,
Wow.
and let's see. So
Don actually recorded the
usually
chemical
it's in.
attacks. You can
They're
see
shooting
people.
big chunks now.
Oh my God. They do the
You know,
same
they're
to me at
pissed,
night.
but
I
they got a
can't
lot
breathe,
of
people. I
chemical.
can't
This
sleep. I
isn't rain. This
sneeze
is
all the time.
poison.
Yeah, it is poison. You
It's
just
poison.
blow it in, and you just kind of like have
See how big those
this
chunks are?
nostrils blocking, because of
But
it.
it looks like it's coming. It's coming in 2 or 3 different directions. But
Yeah,
there's the Indian reservation. The Saboba reservation is over here, and the Morongo is over. I'll show you Morongo. This is where they're conducting like World War, 3 from the reservation. They're using the Indian reservations, but
wow.
that's Saboba. So they're moving stuff back to this reservation. And
I can
then I
feel you,
have
Don.
Cam. I have camps here, and it's coming
I can feel
comes
you.
in from
This
this
is what
house
they do to
here.
me as
He's
well.
Jacobson's house, and let's see, do a playback.
It makes you completely sick. People, I can totally agree with what he's saying. And they do in the students' residence to me. Imagine
Playback.
he's living in an area, that's been surrounded by those attackers. And they're attacking him with the heavy
Oh,
particles.
it's not on. Oh, I ran out of space, I guess. Oh, maybe it's the wrong camera.
Go on, Don, show us more.
Oh, I have to change hard drive.
Great work. Great work on the exposure. Great
It's
work.
not playing back.
And you can see these directed energy
Let's
weapon
see.
effects.
Anyway,
Most
it
of the
comes
time it's
in,
from the chemicals as well.
comes in here,
Sleep deprivation.
So, and then it comes in another side. So they apparently through banking and stuff, they set these guys up they're called, this is my regular camera. But anyway, I didn't know what it was. So I put this white stuff on the wall. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know it was aerosol. And you can see there's a heater. They had made intrusions. Let's see who this is.
He's
Hello?
getting called.
Hello?
We usually get calls, like shut
Morning.
up.
Oh, no, not right now. Just
They're
call back.
just remote vision
But
monitoring right
yeah,
now. My eyes is twitching.
this is a heater thing. So poison was coming. They made about 5 or 6 intrusions. They have poison teams. So it's a whole CIA kind of a thing. CIA Jewish mafia.
Exactly.
They're Jewish. It's a Jewish
Exactly.
mafia, but
Yeah.
because they run
Yeah.
the casinos.
Yeah.
They're Turks. They're
Yes.
these Turks, little Turks. But anyway, yeah, and so I kind of destroyed this house. It was a nice house, but they would poison everything. The whole
Yeah. Yeah.
everything would be poison. If you left any kind of window cracked or anything. And but yeah,
Absolutely.
it seems to be a casino mob, and they're right. The casino's right over. See, there's a casino right at the edge of this mountain, about a mile away. And so I was
Mm-hmm.
going. I
I can
built
see
these
that.
walls because I thought it was electronic, but it wasn't. It was always aerosol. They have electronic. They'll hit you with electronic, but not this guy. This guy's brother supposedly did 9/11. My uncles built the building 7, and I used to drive around the architect's car. But I'm clear on the other side of the United States. They built the Solomon brother. That's my uncle. And but they moved the monsters who did it, and they're trying to get this land. They're trying. That's the whole deal. That's it in a nutshell. And then they use all these techniques, of every kind of technique to. We built this. This was 100 acres. This was a ranch, and it was a solar development in the beginning. Kind of collapsed, and then some other people took the construction over. But it's Southern California and Hammett Riverside here. But yeah, that's all Indian reservation. This Louisiana tribe. Louisiana, but they put warring factions on that reservation, so they kill each other, and that's basically how this all runs. Each person here is set up to kill somebody, and but these guys got all the chemicals, every kind of chemical. There's a school bus. I was staying there, but I didn't know. This is all just new to me. But they were here about 16 years before I you know, I mean, and they train
Wow.
their kids. They'll have 4 or 5 year old boys shooting chemicals in. I've, seen it at night. That's what they do for entertainment.
Disgusting.
Kill their neighbor, poison their animals, this is a mess, but I didn't know what else to do. I was desperate, and I didn't know it was aerosol. I thought it was all electronic. So, yeah, it's a big mess. Everything's a big mess here. So you can't, if you go outside, you all your clothing, everything will be
Yeah.
saturated because it's going
Yeah.
on 24/7.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
why
They
I
do the
didn't
same to
know it
my
was happening.
laundry. They do the
Makes
same to
all
my
this
laundry.
that's some, you're breathing xylene. It's xylene, so it eats out the teeth and the bones.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
people are, so I don't know what to do. I put a report into the sheriff, but yeah, I have to do a lot of stuff to get a case, get all, I haven't been able to transfer these, from DVR. I got to transfer from DVR to some kind of a computer. These are old computers. This was a good computer, but with this xylene, it eats up everything. You should see the stuff. It eats up
You're right.
steel inside the house. It's strong, and I'm
Yeah.
going to have to wear a gas mask in a second because, yeah, it's bad. So I'm on a diet of like oranges and avocados and,
Yeah. They're good. They're actually good.
eating a lot of tangerines. I go to
They're
this,
good.
but yeah, it just eats up it's a total disaster. I haven't got around to cleaning. So yeah, that's basically it. And it's all pressure. They're spray houses, and it's all pressure with fronts bringing the chemicals in, and they load up the reservoirs, and it's going on. It just
I have to
never
close my
stops.
eye because they're checking my vision. Yeah.
All right, all right. Yeah, I can't hear you, so all the best. And
Chat. I'm just writing in the
uh,
chat box.
is yeah, I would like to get the sound. I don't know why I'm not getting.
But it's
All
okay.
right,
You can
you'll
talk.
you'll figure it out. You seem to figure stuff out, so appreciate the
Yeah.
help, man. All
Yeah.
right, all the
Thank you.
best. All right, all right. Take care. All right,
Wait.
all right. Take care.
It's okay.
All right.
You can stay, Don. All right. So we had the Don cut, from the video, and actually he was explaining what's happening, in his surroundings, how he's being attacked with the chemical attacks, that's actually deadly. The chemical attacks that actually destroy, the teeth of the target. Once, for example, it's inhaled, it's damaging your bones and then your teeth. And it's coming from all directions, because they turn on the emitters, specifically at around night, they gas the target a lot. They're just like, for example, holes inside your walls, on top of your roofs, okay? In the floor, they're squirting, they're pushing, they're pumping the gas inside the residence of the target in order to keep the target drugged, okay? In order to keep the target unstable. So when a target is unstable, it cannot concentrate. It cannot just think, in a good state of mind. For example, imagine you're being attacked with a chemical of various odors. Okay, the chemical attacks, for example, I actually wanted to bring Don here, and he thankfully came and explained a little bit, about what's happening in the surroundings and how they're targeting him with the chemicals is actually a very real deal, and it's actually happening to many people. Most people do not understand this because they do not know the sick undercover crime, okay? The sick undercover crime that's actually going on with so many people for so many decades. It's a slow kill program, people. It's just gonna get inhaled, contaminate your organs, okay? And it's gonna completely, destroy your tissues, your cells, eventually, poison your organs, and they're going to slowly die. So it's not like all of a sudden in 1 month you're going to die. It's going to take years. And this is really the sickest experimental part of their agenda, to attack people with the chemicals, to kill people with the chemicals. And it's so sad that we can't even talk about these because we have the criminals in the power, and they're just going to gaslight you simply. They're just going to discredit you simply. They have the mental institutions for that, just to drive the person into that, forcibly, institutionalize a person, forcibly, inject them with the drugs, give them drugs, keep the mind controlled, destroy a person from every aspect of their life, that a person has the right, the God-given right to live by it. And I am a student, people, here, and I just brought Don because he's an experienced person and he's very well informed, on this matter. And I really thank him that he came, he took his time, and he explained, the fact of the matter to us. And just because he wasn't really listening, to me, I was just putting stuff in the chat. Putting in the chat box. Didn't know if you see them. So he's talking to me right now. Facebook, it's so hard, to have him available, and I'm so thankful that I brought him for a few minutes. And you guys get to see what Don told you, hear what Don is telling you, hear me, what I've been ranting, over the period of time about this chemical attacks that's happening. For example, this morning that I showed, what they did to this collar part of my jacket. There were just like blue dots here. What were the blue dots? They were just like the cotton stuck here, and they were giving me, that bad smell that was resulting in the drugging of me. And it took me, very, very long, to realize it, because I would always feel drugged, and I would always, feel strange, what the hell is this? Because I would never know what they were doing to me. And later I learned it from these people, who were actually part of this sickening crime agenda, who are actually victims. As victims, they told me the reality, the truth of what this is about. And let's just take this out, people. The chemical attacks, most people confuse it with the electronics. For example, it's fungus. When it goes under your skin, you can't see it, but it's going to work its way. It's going to irritate your skin. You're going to scratch yourself. You're going to have the burning seizures. You're going to have the allergic reactions that most people say, oh, it's directed energy weapon, like the red patch, big red patch in most cases. It's a fungus, okay? And and I actually discussed with the Don. Oh, I see the guy most shown. I may have one picture, but it will be hard to find. Lots of pics and film. Okay. Uh, I was so much expecting Don to stay, but he did not listen because, his computer is not working. But it was just a blessing, to have this guy, here with me because it's hard. I mean, to find people who are actually experienced who would just talk about these things, okay? All right. All right, so I'm gonna try Dawn was here, but you know, I'm actually typing right now to him, and I'm looking at the camera because I'm thinking that he might just come back. But let's hope just that he comes, and he talks about these things because this is actually very important. Very important. The chemical attack that we have to learn about it. The gases, the drugs that they use in the form of fumes and spray and the chemical, and most of the drugs, that they want to experiment on people is being, exerted in the form of fumes, like with different odors, the food, the wood burnt, the barbecue, the perfume, okay, and then the tire burn, etc. And then the target, smells it and it kind of just affects the target, okay? The target gets affected by that smell. And it's actually very destructive. It's very dangerous for the health of human being. Anyway, waiting Don to come, but hey, Don,
Hey.
welcome back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Oh, I don't have. Oh, yeah, that would work. I didn't think of that. Aha. I have some. I
Can you
have to
hear me
find
now?
it. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I have a few somewhere in a bag. Ah, that'd work. Yeah, right now I'm
Okay.
just, I have my gas mask on. It's
Can you hear
bad,
me? Can you
It's
hear
gonna,
me?
it's,
I need one of those too,
but
Don,
anyway,
because I'm being severely gassed at night.
yeah, I might have some kind of a, yeah, I'll have to find it, Rahuda. Sorry. Yeah, I can't hear anything. That's a good idea if I plug into there. Yeah, yeah, I should do that. Yeah, on the fungus. Yeah, I got some yesterday or it got burnt somewhere, but they got the back of my head bad yesterday. But yeah, it all is about fungus. Everything they do is fungus. It initiates fungus. I had it so bad one time it was just my whole head was scabbed. Yeah. But yeah, it's all this clear gel chemical they lob on you, 24/7. So wherever you go, and if you do a little project around, they'll pool it into the project. They must be using Google Earth or something, but they'll pool it. And yeah, they're these guys are evil. There's like olive trees here, and I have gardens all over. No, everything's killed, and then you get that fungus, the head fungus, and wherever it lands, it'll eat your skin. It just goes right through your skin. I don't know, but yeah, I have things on my arms and stuff. It's bad news, but yeah, they're spray houses, and yeah, I'll get some. Yeah, I bet that's what's happened. Somehow this got clicked off because I had a micro, or no, I had a microscope. But I'll show you. I'll have a microscope and I put it on here, and I'll show you how big it is. It is so tiny. It's just micro dots. You can't see. you have to. I have a little. Yeah, I got with this camera or with this laptop. I got a microscope, so it works perfect. So I can go outside on my car and it'll start specking all over and it'll form a skin, a full skin. But it's so tiny, there may be 1/500th of a drop of water. They're real tiny, and but they get velocity. It has to be like a high pressure, low volume head, and it just it'll go against the air currents, and they'll go 150 feet. Well, if the air is going with it, they'll go 300 or 400 feet, and then it'll gas. Then as soon as something to do with the moisture, but you got to see some of this footage. It floats. This stuff is the weirdest stuff. It'll float like little balloons. Let me play some. Let me go back here on two.
They're
And
literally killing people, with these drugs, with these
oh
fungus.
wait, no, that's not the right one. But this stuff right now he's shooting big chunks in, but sometimes it's just little perfectly round, perfect, and then it'll balloon out and it'll just float around. And if you go outside, some of it'll string together 2 or 3 inch long strings, little dots that are connected almost electrically, and then and some of it will make a cross. It'll go across. But I've seen that once. But yeah, they're just little specks, and it sticks. It'll stick to anything. It just sticks, and that's because it's an acrylamide, I guess. But yeah, it sticks to itself. But when they micronize it, it has to separate, and micronize into tiny bits, and that's what's happening. But let me find. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's this one. This one's showing my yard, but let's see, what is this? 5. Yeah, I mean, just hang in there with me. 5. I'm sorry about this. Let's see. 5. Go back a few days. Oh no, 5. There it is. Okay. I'll go back to the before. Okay. Now here's jetting back. Some of this, I believe, is coming back off the dirt. Let me see here.
Wow.
I'll find. That's what I have to do. I have to go and get representative samples of what this stuff does. Um, but anyway, yeah, this is they're just shooting it in from different emitters. Different directions, and that's why it's not just dirt or dust, because it's coming in from all directions. But all holidays, it was coming in tiny bits. Now they're big. They're bigger chunks. Any holiday they ruin. That's their whole thing. Always, always. They have to make everything is. That's how they celebrate. It's through sadistically attacking. That's who the. And now that this xylene is getting to me, it's coming in pretty good. I'm gonna have to hose down the area. I have hoses around, but it's driving the water bill sky high. So, I'm not paying for it. My brother is. So, anyway, that's what's, I mean, these jerks. But there was a little insect there.
That's terrible. That's completely
But yeah,
terrible. I can understand.
it just comes in from they have, I think the bankers, they have to be involved in banking and loan in order to get the housing, because it's real strategic, how they did it, and I'm only seeing it over the years. But yeah, they had 5 houses and you could see like a rainbow of poison coming through the fence. So they had like five different houses. There's seven houses that border this land. They had over five, at least five, maybe six of them. There's only one, and the people that lived in the other house would drive. They would go crazy. They'd start screaming at night. And if you take a swath and you go where all this chemical goes, there's crime, shootings, stabbings. It drives people insane. It's some kind of LSD. It's a mind control agent, but yeah, it's something. But it's all about fungus, man. It's if you don't wash that stuff right away, I mean, I might have got some drops or I got burnt, but something hit me in the back of the head last night and it caused. But they go for the back of the head because if you go to mental, that's what I stupidly did. And because I thought I was going to not have money and stuff. And they'll, they have ionizing rooms and they'll shoot right up through the back of your skull and they'll take out all your memories. They'll hit all the DNA and yeah, all your memory will be gone. It's a whole system. All your medical. I could have got hit. I was visiting a guy at medical, so I could have got hit from there. They might have taken over that. But half those people at that place where this guy got targeted. He won't believe he's targeted. He's all a big mess, and they're doing all this stuff. And I tell him about this, and I look at his place, and he's got the markings, the same chemical stains on the leads where it eats out it doesn't it's not like drying out, like dehydrating. It's chemical, it just turns everything yellow and then brown, or it just strips the chlorophyll out completely. And I saw it when his olive tree got attacked, but yeah, and then it's you know he's got the same shit going on, but it's all over. I can drive you down the block, show you, and it's just black stains, crime, black stains, crime. People go. One guy killed his wife, an Indian. Killed his wife about 3 months, 2 or 3 months ago, and people just casually, oh yeah, he stabbed his wife. It's not, but yeah, he had got kicked. See, they would kick. I don't know what was going on with the sheriff, but yeah, they don't. I had, as soon as I showed the sheriff these pipes and stuff, and then I tried, he got like a raise. He moved up to colonel or something, so they're buying him off. And he won't come back out and he said he was going to come back and take, my information off this. He wouldn't do it. Nobody will come out. They won't come out. They won't take any evidence. Yeah, because they're being bought off somehow or killed. I think they got the sheriff, the head sheriff. He wasn't going for all this stuff with the mask, and boom, 2 weeks later, he's down. The whole family is down. So they poisoned him. It's all poison. Boy, it's coming in something like anything. All right, well, I got to get off. Yeah, and they just eat your teeth. I got to wash my mouth out, but yeah, it's bad. So I can say, yeah, this is my regular. This is what that's a regular. It's an old. It's an old man. This is an old man. But yeah, I don't want to show all my dirt. But yeah, it's bad here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got to get going. Sorry. But yeah, I just don't know what to do. You don't get any action, not when it's that high up. But I was going to put there's an old write up about this reservation in 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 the next reservation over. It's about 15 miles up. But now this is 30 years old, from 1991. The same stuff is going on here. They're see it says chemical and biological warfare devices. So I'll send that over. Yeah, they're using the reservations as some kind of launching point, and they were selling weapons to Iran. They were, drugs for guns in Nicaragua. They had, everything was going on out of that reservation. And this Inslaw, I think I knew this guy named Bill Hamilton, and he just lived. Well, he was like a yoga or a Buddhist guy, but he wrote a book called Psychopaths and Saints and Psychopaths, because I believe he created the Inslaw. He was the one that created Inslaw. And so he hung out at the Quakers to get relief or something, just about a mile up the road at this peace center. And what they did, they moved in these guys in a barn right next to their fence line, and they just gassed them and burned them, everything. But they burnt all of them. And then he went up to Canada and died, but he's the guy. Yeah. And so the FBI was supposed to pay him all this money, because what this is, it goes and finds what you think is to make a better society. He's probably thinking that, oh, yeah, you could find all the best and the brightest and make things nice. He had this vision. No, they find the worst. And then they provide how psychopaths, pure psychopaths. And you can make people these psychopaths just from the blowback of the chemicals. So yeah, that's how they're doing it. But I'll put this, but this is, like I say, it's over 30 years old, this article, but it's exactly the same stuff going on, same shit. But all right, man. All right, take care. All right, all the best. All right, namaste. All right, all right, yeah.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much, Don. Thank you so much. Thank for your for taking your time. People, Don Lovell, one of the targeted individuals in California. He's been targeted with the chemical substances, that they're attacking him every day and every night. And he's trying his best to protect himself, from the chemical attacks. That's very catastrophic. People, it's just beyond one's imagination to even talk about these things. It's just terrifying. It's scary, how how they're just attacking a human being with all these substances that's damaging the human tissues, the human organs, the human body in general, for example. It just really swipes, they're attacking my cranium again, just to not let me just be articulate in my speech, but I'm so much touched by the explanation I've done. And so thankful that he came here forward and he explained this crime in the picture form. He showed us the video of the chemicals coming in, exactly what's happening to me here, exactly what's happening to so many targeted people all around the world, with no right for targeted people to speak about it. You talk about this, you have two people, psychopaths, people who are on pills, coming with the two cops, forcing you to go into psychiatry, to falsify reports against you because you are opening your mouth against their crimes, against humanity they're committing against you. The psychopath, mind control idiots, and the saints. This is just a global phenomenon, a war that is happening between the good and bad. The Zionists comes of the planet, the Freemasons and Jesuits are destroying humanity. And you heard Don as well. He talked about them. Do your research. Talk to the targeted people. Do your findings. And then make your counts. That someday humanity will rise. And these pigs, war pigs, will fall just like the pharaohs fell, just like the Nazis fell. They'll just shatter, hopefully soon. And it's happening, you see China and Russia are rising in power. these Satanists, that are actually destroying humanity, they're gonna fall too, hopefully. I'm student people here, and they're using these things on me in a student's residence through the military rats who are actually acting as a students here. I mean, they're not studying, they're always lighting their candy flippers, having fun, fucking, and enjoying, the payments, the gift cards that they receive from their handlers, just to make my situation hard because I stood against them instead of joining these psychopaths, this comeback DHS agent, who's watching me too. May you rot in hell, hopefully. God bless you all. Be safe, and thank you for following us.